Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. Today we are back with episode 30 of our Medieval Dynasty Let's Play. If you learn anything useful, if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and get ourselves loaded in. Alrighty, and here we are loaded in. I did make a couple of things at the end of yesterday, not very much. I ended later than I had anticipated, so that wasn't good. But we got all the math done, and that was the important bit. That's what we set out to do. So today what we're going to do is we're going to kind of... we're going to sell off some of our one-offs, some of the stuff that's we've produced more than what we're actually selling. I've tried to set up our salespeople to be as close to what we're actually crafting as possible. For instance, I don't know why Fur Hood is still in there. Oh, because we're still selling them, dumbass. That's why. Okay, so the Fur Hood and the Fur Shoes we still have a stockpile of, so they're still there. But we're not making those anymore because of what we learned. So we're going to go ahead and pull these out. And we're just going to take them to town and manually sell them. We're going to have a lot of crap that we manually sell today because we're just going to dump our inventory of things that are not worth having. So we're going to go ahead and find our... Right, so we need to look at what we're actually producing. So in our sewing huts, we've got... Right, we don't have any more linen thread to produce because we already did all the flax stock. But we know that based on the hats, we are making 1 wool fabric a day. Well, 1.5. So theoretically, we should be making 1.5 hats a day. So we should be selling 1.5 hats a day. So let's go on down to hat. We don't have any on hand, so we can't see what the percentages are. Alright, so we're also going to have to take some of our stuff into our own, or some of our materials into our own hand to craft to get those numbers. And then we'll take them away and sell them as well. So in our tool stall, I'm assuming we're out of stone knives. Nope. Really? We don't have any bronze. Oh no, we don't have any shears to sell. Okay. Wow. I am not on top of my game right now. So let's see here. So we're making 12 and 12, almost 13. And then for bronze, we are making 14, so that'll work. Bronze scissors, we're making 1.3, because 0.3 is what we should be using, give or take. So if we look at in our inventory, so these guys have 200 durability. So if we look at our animal shed for the fold, so this takes 2 durability per, and we're getting 9 a day. So we're looking at 18 durability per day. So we should, at 200 divided by 18 is... We should get 11.1 days out of these. So anything that we make extra... No worker, no animal. Oh, right, we don't have a worker in with the geese. But, yeah, as far as these scissors are concerned, based on the durability and the durability used, 2 per craft, and there's 9 crafts, that's going to tell us that we get 11 days out of each pair of scissors. So as long as we are making more than... What's 1 over 11? As long as we're making more than 0.09 a day, we can sell the excess. So that's how we figure these out. Unfortunately, those numbers are going to shift frequently as people level and whatnot, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. And that's something that you're going to have to stay on top of. So let's see about taking out some stuff for sale. And wooden vials, we're over 2,000 of those damn things now. And the wool we still need to fix. So let's see just how many vials we can get away with taking before our horse can't friggin' move. Can we take half? Can we take 1,000? It's 100 kilograms. Can you still move, buddy? Yeah, reasonably well. Alright, so we're going to go on a sale run just to offload some of this stuff, because I still have a bunch of the basic tools that we had crafted for math on me as well. So we want to offload those too. But I want to shift around our production a little bit to take advantage of what we figured out monetarily was best. I think she's well and truly borked. She didn't get right back up like the other ones did. Alright, well, on to the next town. So we'll hit her up. Alright. Next. Do we want to head to Jezreka? You know what, we're almost out of vials. Let's go to Jezreka. Because it's more or less towards home. So that'll allow us to go back and get more vials to hit up the other towns across the river. I think that's going to be the power play here. How are we doing on money anyway? So we're over 50 grand now. And our taxes are going to be around 9,000, probably a little bit more. So with any luck, we'll be able to get to around 60 grand. That would be ideal. I would like to have 50 grand after taxes. And we are streamlining for optimal monetization, so that's a thing. I really don't like the way that you have to constantly revisit because it's percentage based on for labor. You have to constantly revisit to make sure that your percentages are still working out to the right numbers. And that's kind of frustrating. Who is missing tools? Nobody should be missing. Okay, the goose. The kitchen. What are you guys out of? Okay, quart. There's nothing I can do about that until we have soured milk. The sewing hut is out of thread. That's fine. The resource stall is out of things to sell. Right, fur, because we actually offloaded the fur ourselves, so that's not a thing. So it'll sell the last of our feathers today. So we'll have to tweak that a little bit later.
Well, I've been a vendor since before.
Okay, so let's sell off the rest of those first shoes. And then it's all going to come down to vials. And he'll take them all. He's got barely any money left, so that actually worked out perfect. I am quite happy with that. Yeah, there's a little bit of money that we didn't scrounge from this village, but 32 coins is nothing in the grand scheme of how much we're making. I mean, we just cleaned... Apple tree sapling. Wine. Oh, these are just bottles. Nope, that's actual wine. Excellent. So the wines are super expensive. This was a good find. What is... perfume? We can give that to our wife. That'll make her happy. Actually, we should probably sit on the perfume and let our son give it to his wife to get her affection up faster. Because our wife's at 100%, and we've been maintaining her at 100%. She doesn't really need presents. So as much as I would love to give our wife something shiny and pretty, I think it's the better play is going to be to hold on to that for our kiddo. So with the diplomacy points that we got from selling the goats off, I actually put points into Castellan. So we have 20% or 20% reduction here for their food and water needs. And then farming, when I was threshing, I put the points into carrot and stick is now maxed. So we have 30 kilograms increased mount carry weight. And then I put another point into skilled rider. So our next farming level will cap out skilled rider. So we'll have 50% slower stamina consumption. Then I want to go for skilled orchardman. We haven't done anything with the orchards yet. And we might not, but I feel like anytime that you have an option for increased output, it's worth it. Alright, let's see if we can completely clean this village out. I don't know how much further we're going to be able to get, because 1,000 vials is a lot, but they don't sell for a terrible amount. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to run out of goods before we get too much further. We'll probably get this village and maybe one more, and then we'll probably stall out. Okay. So this one we can just go straight down to the bottom, sell the wine bottle, and then vials. So yeah, that's half of our vials already gone.
It was nice seeing you.
And we only cleaned out 2 vendors. So yeah, we'll get this village, but I don't know that we'll get much further than that. Well, she's only got $1,000. They're usually around 1,400 to 2,000, so... No, she can take them all. Oh, not quite. We have 39 left. I wouldn't mind putting 39 back in storage, though, just because of our market selling them. So I don't know that I really want to fool with going to another village just to sell 39 vials. There's a cute little snowman. So how do we come out? We didn't quite hit 60 grand, but we're close. We might have 50... Well, we didn't check storage. We might have coins in storage, too. The part that frustrates me about the production is the math is not super difficult, but it's kind of involved to figure out exactly how many of what to make for tools. The problem is, as they level, both the harvesters and the crafters, the harvesters are going to use tools faster as they level, and the crafters are going to make tools faster as they level, but the rate is not the same. So you have to constantly stay on top of that to keep the automated values automated. Otherwise, you're going to eventually run out of something somehow, somewhere. Or you're going to wind up with a dearth of things, like we did with logs there for a while, and we were up to almost 700 logs because dude was level 7 in forestry and I didn't notice. Okay, so we are going to put these guys back. And we're going to pull out these buckets and try to scam some milk off of our cows. There's 1,300 coins in here. There we go. We're at 60 grand. So as long as our taxes are 10 grand or less, we're good. And I'm thinking they're going to be around 9, maybe 9.5. So I think we'll be fine. It also helps that we're finally running out of things to buy. We are more or less completely self-sufficient here. We are completely self-sufficient here. Our villagers will not starve. They have the capability to feed themselves and clothe themselves and repair buildings. So, like, we are self-sufficient as far as that goes, but keeping up on taxes, that's why we're trying to maximize the money. Also, I mean, can you ever really have enough money? There's a famous quote by Rockefeller, where he was asked in an interview, "How much money is enough money, Mr. Rockefeller?" And he said, "Just $1 more." Which really gives some insight into the greed of humans. Not that I'm knocking it. I mean, I am a human and I'm greedy. But it does give some insight there. Can I collect? Oh, I can! We can collect this crap ourselves. Okay. A bunch of feathers that we don't need. Yeah, can you get off the nest for me? No? Okay, so we got a crap ton of feathers and a handful of eggs. That's not bad. Even though we don't have anybody manning the place. Yes! We can get some extra cheese. Oh, shit! I should have taken some of the cheese and some of the flatbread to sell. Because the rye's almost done, which means we're about to get inundated with more flatbread. What is going on here, guys? What is wrong with you, cows? Oh, that's the bull. I would like to get in there to get the poop, but I don't know. Can I unstuck in there? Yes! Yes, I can! And the villager behind me is dying. I'm pretty sure, like, most of my village has tuberculosis based on the coughing that they do. Now we need to unstuck back outside. There we go. Okay, so I know that we are up to our eyeballs in cheese now. Yeah. That's over 50 cheese, just saying. And then flatbread, we still have almost 100 left, so let's go ahead and take that too. We're going to have to adjust what they're selling, because I don't know that we're going to have any more coming in. Well, as soon as the rye's done, we're going to have more coming in. Wait, do you go in... Nope, you go in resource. And actually... There we go. But that'll give us more to sell. Actually, quite a bit more. So that's at least 5 grand. Just in cheese. That's absurd. And then we have the 2 eggs that we got and some feathers. The flatbread, I mean, that's 8,000 flatbread. What's that? Ooh, bronze sickle. Let's sell... Oh, 2 bronze sickles. Fantastic. We can sell both of those. Because we are into scythes now. Yep, see, I almost ran back to our town. Yeesh. Can you buy any more manure?
We do. See you soon.
Don't mind us, we're just the shit salesman. You know, I had a game of The Sims where I did the the shops that you could do. So one of the expansions, the Get to Work, you could make yourself a shop, and I actually sold pet poop in my shop. Didn't make very much money, but I thought it was hilarious that you could sell pet poop. It made me laugh. And now apparently with the horse... Are any of you farmers? You are, and you're female.
Hello there.
Oh, no. So we're going to do something stupid here. We're actually going to move her in with a hunter, which is not going to give us the best thing for offspring, but it's going to allow us to have somebody in with the geese, so we have a constant supply of eggs. Goose house. So, I mean, it's not optimal, but at least we have somebody now for the geese. So theoretically, we could make scrambled eggs as an extra food source.
Hello there. My wares never disappoint.
Okay, I think we are officially out of junk to sell. And we are at 70 grand now, which is way above what I was expecting. I am quite happy with how that shook out. Okay, so we need one more house. We can't put it there, it's going to box us in our house. We're going to have to be really careful putting it here because we have to have those 2 buildings within 50 meters of trees. Yeah, I don't know that that's a good idea. We could put it behind this. Why don't we do that? We'll put it behind this house. Alright, are you stuck in the tree? Seriously? There we go. Now we have plenty of logs. We could have made a bunch more vials and made even more money, but I'm going to hold off on that until the end of the stream because that's going to take forever to craft. Okay, that should be enough. I don't know if that one's going to be in the way or not. I think we'll be okay. And this one, the same thing. So let's see. I think we're okay, but we might not be. Yeah, I hear you, horse. It's fine. So we want to get you as meshed up left or right as we can here. Perfect. Maybe. Perfect. I think I forgot to add too at the tail end of that for people that don't have access to the hat or the cap yet, that the regular linen shirt, not the simple linen, but the regular linen shirt, was the way to use your linen until you have access to those. It's not worth as much as the cap or the hat, but it's worth the most out of the stuff from the tier 1 sewing hut, and it is... And you have to have the tier 1 sewing hut to be able to spin your thread anyway, so it's not like you won't have access to it. I would absolutely adore to live in the forest. It's one of my favorite things about coming back to the state that I was born in, is there are a lot of trees here, and I missed some of the parks, like the national parks that are around here. So it's nothing but forest for as far as you can see. There's a big valley, and it's not really a mountain, it's just two very, very large hills. But there's an optical illusion with the trees across the valley. It looks like you can just reach out and touch the other side, and the canopy is so thick that it looks constantly in shadow. Oh. Okay, so he's a max level merchant, because we would have to have 10 in order to show him that we know more. So we could do nothing, or we can pay him 200 coins out of our 72,000 and get some free diplomacy XP. So I feel like we're going to go with that. Yeah. That should have leveled us. Maybe not. I thought that should have leveled us. No. It just put us up a little ways. Alright. How bad were the taxes? Favor to ask. Could you take this money to the Castellan? Okay, so we've got 71,140. And our taxes were 12,000. Ouch. Ouch. But we still have 58,000 left, so we achieved the goal. We paid our taxes and still had 50,000 left, so I am happy.
Hello.
I got you a little something. I have a toy sword for you, kid. There you go. Have a good day.
See ya.
See ya, he says. Alright, we gotta get this house finished so that we can get on harvesting rye. Because we harvest twice the rye that they do. I still want them to harvest some of the field, but, whoops. No. But I would like to butt in a little bit and get as much as we can ourselves just to get that extra out of it. Right, I need to fix the herbalist now. So we finally worked down through all of that extra plantain that we had. That's extraction, I believe. Yep. Which means now we need to take these from 30% and 10% to all of them at 25. I got tired of trying to change them every season when I completely missed out on a season of Nightshade because I forgot to change it. So now I'm just leaving it set. Not that it matters. It looks like the herbalist was pregnant and is now out. So do we have anybody coming back from maternity leave? Do we have anybody without a job that's not a child? We have so many damn kids. There's 5. 6, 7. Lamberta's back. Excellent. She's an excavator and or a fisher. Wait. That's survival. We can put her in the herbalist hut. Yeah. Problem solved. 8 kids, 9 kids, 10 kids, 11 kids. Oswalda's back. She's a producer. So what do we have for production for her? I can't sort these by production, can I? That is unfortunate. Okay, we're good on chefs. Good on seamsters. Good on... Nope, we could use a blacksmith. Mary Burfmus. Robert doesn't have a job. Why does Robert not have a job? Excavation or farming. Are there any excavation jobs still open? Yep, right there. Roberta, Roderick. There are so many children. And there's more pregnant people. For the love of all that's holy, why? Oh no, one of them's a stall holder! Oh. Getting building experience after this is going to be extraordinarily difficult, though. I don't know what else to really make. Like, we're so close to build cap. I suppose I could pick a building that's relatively cheap and just build it, tear it down, build it, tear it down. But I'd hate to grind it that way. I don't know. The pacing of the game has been really solid up to this point, but I kind of feel like it's starting to stall out a little bit. And I mean, to be fair, we are technically done. We have our heir, we finished all the quest lines, like, technically we have finished the game's content. But I want to unlock the rest of the buildings and get everything fully automated before I say it's complete. And potentially play as an heir. I think that'll be fun too. You know what? I can actually hurt my horse with tools, we found out, so we're going to move the horse. Watch out for the kid. Who lets their kid wander around when you got people working in the field with sharp objects? Wait, that wasn't my kid, was it? Oh, it was my kid. Well, I guess that answers that question. The copper sickles will leave on there until they're sold out. All of the copper tools, I think, will leave on there until they're sold out because we have switched over to bronze. So, that's good. I think we're making bags now. I'm not positive on that. Sewing hut. He's making nothing apparently but simple shoes. And the other sewing hut is making simple bags and regular bags. So let's take simple bags out of the equation. Because if he's making regular bags, we don't need the simple bags. Although I feel like half's probably fine. Because they're going to use one per season. So that's one every 3 days. But I also use them. So I think half a day is fine. Hats we're selling? We're crafting hats, okay. So hats we're making 149, which makes sense because we can only make 149 wool a day based on what we've got for wool. So our hats are actually one of our big money makers. That takes 1 wool and 2 linen fabric. So we need the linen fabric to be twice what the hats are, please. Oh no, linen fabric needs to be the same as what the hats are. Linen thread needs to be double. So if it's at 7, let's put it at 14. And then maybe we won't have to thresh the flax ourselves. We can just let them do it. But that'll get us the hats, which is the go-to sale for clothing. And here, so we do have a hat. And we have simple shoes. So how many simple shoes a day were we making? Nope, simple shoes is the other hut. 9.9. So in our clothes stall, we want 9.9 for sale on the simple shoes. Perfect. And then the hats, we're restricted on the hats by the wool. That's what our problem there is. Because we only have enough to make 1 a day with wool. So 149 a day. Currently, until we get something to change a little bit. We can sell 152. They'll just be out for a little bit. Okay. So that covers those. Now, can we make more simple shoes? The simple shoes... No, we can probably craft more, but that's where we run out of leather. So that is what it is. And we could make more wool. The problem is we don't have the wool coming in for that. So like the extra wool that we've collected, we can totally craft that ourselves. And probably should. Are you guys ready to be shorn again? No. Oh, there's a bucket of milk. Okay. So we can make 30 corks right now. Okay. I think I botched something with the kitchen. I forgot that a bucket was 10. So if we look at the corks and the cheese, let's put some soured milk back just so we have something to look at here. Kitchen. Okay, so 10 implies that we're only getting 1 bucket of milk a day, and I don't think that's accurate with the cows. We're getting almost 2. So 1.86. So we need to come back to the kitchen and make this 1.86 times 10 is 18.6. And we actually needed that there, though. So yeah, it's not going to make enough. We're going to have to step in, I think. I actually need to revisit since we put those points in Castellan. And I was kind of hoping to wait until we had our last point in Castellan. But we need to revisit their food requirements because we just lowered them by quite a bit. But we also got a couple new people in, so I don't know how that's going to shake out. Well, we're not going to be able to use all of the rye, I was thinking, for flatbread. Because we're going to need to use some of the rye to make animal feed based on the oats that we have left over, that we were holding on to for that specific reason. So we're going to have a couple of hundred of that deducted. I'm hoping, though, that by making all of the rye into the flatbread, we can get enough experience to trip us down where we can build the smithy 3s. Because that will potentially allow us to get some more people working in the smithies, but most importantly will unlock iron for us. And that's where things are going to get really awesome really fast. So we are going to completely abandon bronze at that point and switch entirely over to iron. I wouldn't mind doing a third field and only worrying about it 2 seasons out of the year. I would use it for rye for money and for flax for money. We are so up to our eyeballs in cabbage. We do not need another cabbage field. Suppose we could do wheat, because wheat also makes flour. But wheat takes 2 seasons to grow. And it goes over the flax season, so that's really not a good idea. And at this point, we need to really save the houses for the kids. So we only need 600 more. So we got 100 crafting just out of the little bit that we did today. Because we needed 700 more when we logged on, so... we're actually in pretty good shape there. Right, we didn't want any of that. I'm betting that it's either going to be the iron scissors or the horseshoes for what we want to make for our iron for sale. And those we can just leave in here for them to sell. The simple shoes that we make, we're going to have to sell ourselves because they're set up to sell the same amount of simple shoes as they make. Logs we could knock down a little bit. Was there anything else that would be... we could make some bronze shearing scissors with as much bronze bars as we have. It's probably not a bad idea. I wonder if we don't make a shit ton of those and have them sell as much as they can and just drop off bronze shearing scissors in the folds inventory instead of putting them in storage here, if that's not a better play. Although they're not going to be using them that much longer, but still. Okay, we are probably going to stop here for the night, guys, because I have a lot of crafting to do with the rye. But also these other things to try and clean up our inventory a little bit with just our miscellaneous junk that's piled up in here. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop here for the night so that I can do some off-stream crafting, because this is going to be another big, probably half an hour, 45 minutes of real time just of staring at the crafting screen. So if you learned anything useful, if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. Either way, have a fantastic rest of your night, and we will catch you next time.